Like some people were forced to go to Dara at the age of 6 because it is compulsory upon you as a kid to go to Dara. You recite some verses of the Quran or some surahs. You keep on repeating the same surahs in every prayer that you do. Will you think about that? And you are memorizing like musics, like hundreds of musics in your head. You are telling us you cannot read the Quran. And when I'm talking like this, don't see me as the best person or someone who just decided here is the best person. But then we remind, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, remind that benefit the believers. So there are people at the age of 14 years, I mean 14, not 40, 14, 15 years, 14 years, they stood for this deen. At the time of Prophet, they stood for this deen. They sacrificed everything, all their time. Some people sacrificed all their resources towards the fight of the deen. Some people start reciting the Quran at the age of 40, 50. Even our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he was at age 40 when Jibril came to him to ask him to read. And there were many Sahabas who are able to read Quran and memorize at the age of 40. How old are you? And how old am I? If they can, why not us? They were fighting. They were doing so many things. Their relatives, their neighbors didn't even give them time, always giving them difficult time. But yet still, you know, my brothers and sisters, the reality is you have to have love for something in order to achieve it. Like, how many of us are married here? How many of us? Okay, we're going to take it this other way around. Like, I'm sorry to mention this, but it is the hard facts. Like, this haram relationship. Like, for instance, you are at home at night. You expect your lover to text you. He or she didn't. Or you sent a message, a full paragraph, and he or she end up sending just short message. How do you feel? You feel bad. To be honest with yourself, yes, you feel bad. You have a book from Allah, the words of Allah, beside you at your house. Open it. Imagine a president sending you a letter to read today. You might even ask us to give you this mic so that you can read. We can know that it is president who asks you to, who sent you a message. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent a book, a clear book to every Muslim. That is your letter from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. My brothers and sisters, we have very limited time. I would love to summarize something before I conclude. Like the importance of Quran, your life is based on Quran. Your life is based on Quran. You know why we are sad, you know why we are depressed always? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have said it in His noble Quran. وَمَنْ أَعْرَضَ عَنْ ذِكْرِي فَإِنَّ لَهُ مَعِيشَةً ضَنكًا وَنَحْشُرُهُ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ أَعْمَى قَالَ رَبِّ لِمَ حَشَرْتَنِي أَعْمَى وَقَدْ كُنْتُ بَصِيرًا وَكَذَلِكَ الْيَوْمَ تُنسَى. Allah said, whosoever turn away from my remembrance, for him is a miserable life. And on the day of judgment, we are going to raise them blind. They cannot see. We are going to raise them blind. They cannot see. And they will ask Allah, why do you raise me blind when I could see in the world? Allah will respond to them, Quran came to you, Ramadan came to you, prophets came to you, big nights came to you, Laylatul Qadr came to you. So many things came to you, you have forgotten about us. and today we are forgetting about you. My brothers and sisters, we have eyes, but why do you think you are seeing? We have hands, but why do you think you can hold something, you can grab something? We have legs, but why do you think you are able to come here? It is the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that is why you are here. Because there are so many people who have eyes, but they cannot see. And so many people who have hands, but they cannot hold anything. So many people who have legs, but they cannot walk. So it is the mercy of Allah, that is why. That is why on the day of judgment, when you are raised blind, may we all be among those who are going to go to Jannah, inshallah. But imagine on the day of judgment, people who are going to be raised blind because everything came to them. They've forgotten about Allah. And Allah said, I am forgotten about you today. And there will be people who will say, we were not among those who were warned. I don't think there is anyone here who will say, I don't have this and this or this and that. My brothers and sisters, like, don't feel ashamed to ask about your deen. Whatever you don't know, ask your imam or ask your ustaz. If you feel like you cannot ask them, ask the next brother beside you. And brothers and sisters, please, if you are asked, someone call you Sheikh or Habibi, I want you to clarify this to me. If you don't know, tell him, I don't know. I'm going to do research, or I'm going to ask someone to come and answer your question. Don't give them false information or what you think. Our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he is the best person to ever walk on the face of this dunya. Ma yantiqu anil hawa. He don't talk unless in huwa illa wahyu yuha. So who is me or you? If you don't know, I don't know. But don't mislead the sister or the brother, because that is going to continue. My time is finished, but I want to say this before I come. There is this old pa who called me and asked me about something, because he was telling the wife, this is unaccepted, this is unaccepted, but the wife was talking out of her own experience because someone tell her that. So that is why, it's just an example, that is why I said, do not just answer because you don't want the sister or the brother to tell you, but you are the one who people used to say, Sheikh this, Sheikh that. No, tell him I don't know. And I'm going to conclude with this. You see all these brothers and sisters who can recite, and when they recite you feel like you are them, or they are your sisters or brothers. You know, Quran is not easy. Nothing in this life come too easy. They struggle. Some of these people went out of the country to go and learn Quran. Some of these people, not long ago, like this last month, I went with Okasan where he learned Quran till there. My brothers and sisters, if some of you were there to just witness the places they used to sleep, or how they struggle to eat, you are going to cry. And the heat, you are thinking about when you go to Jarasoma or Basse, the heat, forget about that. And the water is not as we have here. So you want to learn Quran, it's never too late. As I told you, there were people at the age of 40, 50, they memorized this holy book. You are going to school from grade 1 to 12, from there to tertiary institution, from there to university. You have that time. Also have time for Allah, because this day is coming. This day is coming. As I told you, there is someone here everyone sitting here, who lost someone so close to you. So we make it here while the sun shines. And also, like, if you love something, if you really want to achieve something, you love it. You are having iPhone 7, you want iPhone XR. At the end of the day, you end up having it. You have iPhone XR, you want iPhone 12 Pro Max. If you put your love to it, at the end of the day, you have it. If you love Quran, you don't just wish when Muhammad recite, or when Ismail recite, or when Khadija recite, or Fatima, you wish I was them. My sister, as you are sitting here, you are wishing I'm this or that. Go out there and seek for knowledge, because you are so close to Dara. Yes. We are blessed as Gambians to have daras at every point, everywhere we have daras. You can go be taking daras every time when you close from school. It will not take your time. But it's so unfortunate that it's crazy sometimes. We spend all our time on worldly things. At the end of the day, we go to bed. Some brothers they told me my time is end, but I'm going to close with this, inshallah. Some brothers will be awake the whole night in the name of grinding or hustling. As soon as it is time for Fajr prayer, they place their phone and go to bed. My bro, you are looking for success. They are telling you, Hayya al-falah at the masjid. Come to success, it is Allah calling you. So you want success, take Quran. You want success, come back to the masjid. You want success, spend your time with Allah. The present usually come being far from Allah. May Allah grant us understanding. May Allah grant us good life. May Allah never take our soul until He is happy with us. And may Allah put barakah in all the things that we are doing for the deen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Bitilu abala fale fongo warata Aniku ya ni suno le fongo warata Misil mo le fongo ki kodi alala Alma ala ya fulan toluma